And it's time to talk about floor tool in Revit software. Firstly, I just want to give you the basic explanations about floor. Following that, we will go through other details. In Revit software, if you want to model the floors of the levels and specify them, you have to click on floor. Here you got multiple options. The first one is floor architectural, the next one is floor structural, as you can see, and the next one is floor by face. Firstly, let us make some examples and talk about each of the options and their characteristics. Firstly, there's no difference between floor architectural and floor structural in their sketching them actually. Both are similar to some extent, but for now I want to select floor architectural, and then I select this slab 300 millimeters by this way, and then I want to draw the same slab with a structural floor. Both of them are the same, no, they are similar structurally. But when we use structural floor, some structural functions and behaviors are considered upon that, like span directions, as you can see, that we got it on the structural floor. But in architectural, we don't have rebars, but we can reinforce the structural floors and also the rebar covers, as you can see. But if we check structural for the architectural ones, we can reinforce it as well. And the next point here is that as the architectural floor, it is not used for structural disciplines, I mean only at the finishing layers. And even you can draw a rectangle here, watch this, but in a structural you cannot draw a circle for a structural floor. As you can see, structural floor span direction not specified, and as we need to reinforce it for some projects, the span direction is not specified in the rounded floor, so we cannot reinforce them. But in rectangulars, we got the span directions, as you can see. Watch this. I delete these. So if you wanted to consider a circle for the structural floor, you have to specify the span direction manually. Watch this, and then I click on finish to save the changes. But it is not required to specify span directions for the architectural floors, and we use the floor architectural for creating the slabs, but for finishing layers, for finishing floors, we use floor architectural, as you are concerned. For instance, as you remember, we even used the floors in the practices, and also we divided the structural and floor plans. Floor structural, rectangle, watch this, for the slab. Then I open the floor plan, then I can use the finishing floors. So they're gonna have their correct functions. That we will talk about them in the continuation about how to create them. But right now I just wanted to give you some explanations. Let me make a copy out of it. Watch this. For other rooms, but I'm gonna use a different type. For example, 10 for the thickness. Let's check the 3D view. Watch this. These are the architectural and structural levels. I mean floors actually. Here we got the slab and the architectural floors. And the next one, the next option is floor by face. It is used when we want to use masses. For instance, in the north view, I want to add some more levels by this way, 4 meters. Check this out. Great, one more level. Then, here if I open the 3D view, we got familiar with masses previously. Here in the 3D view, by this way. Then I extrude it, like this way. And then I deform it. I uncheck copy and then I deform it. Rotate, disjoin, like this way, and then I click on finish. Afterwards, mask floor, I select these levels, I uncheck level 4. Then if I want to convert these to floors, I'm gonna use floor by face. I click and drag, select the floors or the faces, then we click on create. So this was the functional, so the structure of the floor, but in the continuation we will talk about them comprehensively so you'll understand the behaviors and the reactions of the floors. But note that we have to create the structural and the architectural floors separately. So everything goes well, but otherwise you'll be encountered with some problems. Continue in the next session.